Say hello to everybody when this thing kicks in.
Hey, hey, hey. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Let me stop my alarm. Welcome, everybody. It is Friday night, and I'm Robin. And behind the camera, behind the computer is Bill, and we are Raincross Farms Makery because we make things. And that's what we do. And we are coming to you just outside of Lewiston, Idaho. And we want to welcome you to our little craft studio where we've got a fun project planned for tonight. So if you're watching, please, well, if you're not watching, you're not hearing this. Duh. So please say hello in the comments. Let us know you're here. Let us know you're watching. Let us know how it's going for you. And if you are watching live, it will have a red box right up somewhere around here that says live. And if that box is not there, you're watching the replay. Either way, we'd love to have you. And please comment hashtag replay if you're watching the replay so we know you were here. So let me pull up the live on my phone, so I can see comments a little closer. Hey, Liana, welcome. Welcome. Tita, hello. Welcome. How is everybody? You finished the week. Do people still work Monday through Friday? Is that still the norm? Is it no longer the norm anymore? So, I don't know. We're retired. Nothing is normal. Everything is abnormal, I guess.
Abby.
So, Abby normal.
Somebody.
Abby normal. Hi, Lindy. Welcome.
Abby somebody.
Okay, so you know the drill. If you watch Facebook Lives, especially crafters, these are your marching orders. We would love it if you would love our page. Click that heart button, or if you're not too sure about us, you can just hit the thumbs up and like us. We would love it if you would follow our page. We are currently at 823 followers. I am waiting till we get that 1,000. So help us along. We hope you will be one of the first 1,000. I work Tuesday through Saturday. Okay. Liana works Monday through Friday. So there's still Monday through Friday jobs out there. And there's probably a lot that are not. It's no longer the 8 to 5 Monday through Friday world anymore. And we would also love it if you would share our video. See how brave I am? I was told it is not wrong to say this word. It is wrong to oversay this word. So if you are so inclined, please share our video out to your friends or to any craft groups that you're a member of. That helps get our name out there, and it lets Facebook know that people like us, and they're going to start pushing us out to more and more people on their own instead of us having to do it. So again, love, follow, share. Thank you.
Lindy says, "Hey, Robin, I stayed awake just to watch."
Awesome, because what did you say? You don't have to be at work at 3 a.m. tomorrow? Oh my goodness. What do you do? What? Oh, 5 a.m. Oh, Wally World. Well, I guess it could be worse. I think if I worked at Wally World or Dollar Tree, they would just have to keep my paycheck. Okay. So, let's see. Recap yesterday's project. I don't know. It was actually the last 2 days' project right here. And that turned out pretty with the napkin Mod Podge. We could have left out the center and we chalked our little design inside there. And then we completely wrapped that napkin around the frame with decoupage. So I really like that. It has turned me into, I don't know, a napkin hoarder. You know, I used these napkins for that project, and they were just beautiful. Well, I went to a ladies' function this morning at our church, and so it was kind of Valentine themed, and so they had fancy stuff. So now I am sneaking napkins out of events and keeping them, not using them, wiping my mouth with my sleeve so that I can save this napkin. Is that not pretty? I got to find a project to do with that.
That's so pretty.
Didn't you see that on the border? Anyway, so you do pricing it. Oh, I guess you would have to be up way early. Early bird gets the worm in the grocery store. Okay, so I have now become a napkin connoisseur. I don't know, a napkin crazy person is what I am. So anyway, if you see any good napkins, nab them for me. Okay, so our project today. Hi, Alana.
I don't know what you do with like McDonald's.
Not those. Those aren't pretty. If they were pretty, yes. And then somebody posted, I remember who it was. Somebody posted some napkins they got at Dollar Tree and somewhere. Was it you, Linda? Somebody posted that they got some napkins and I was jealous. It's like, I don't have a Dollar General near me. I think it was Dollar General and Dollar Tree. It's like, I don't have a Dollar General near me. I can't go and get that napkin. Anyway, I'm having napkin problems. Hi, my name is Robin, and I'm a napkinaholic. Welcome to Napkins Anonymous. Okay, I'm just getting a little punchy. Okay, so this is going to be the transfer we're going to use tonight. It is part of a set of 4 in our new catalog. This is the B-size transfer with the kitchen theme. They are, it's called the Kitchen Collection. Gee, this is Blessed Beyond Measure, and it's got the measuring cups. Is that not darling? Was it you, Linda? 99-cent store in Dollar Tree? That was it. I don't have a 99-cent store. We might have to start a napkin exchange. Hey, Patty, welcome. Hope Bill.
I thought you said you found a napkin exchange online.
Oh, I did, but they actually are diehard about it, and I don't have that many napkins.
You gotta start somewhere.
Because I steal them 2 at a time. I'm not going to part with them. Anyway, this is one of the transfers. It says Blessed Beyond Measure, and it's got these cute little measuring cups. And somebody, again, I can't remember, I think it was Jackie, who's a follower. She said, wouldn't that be a cute little snowman with the little measuring cups? And I could totally see that in the winter time. Turn that into, well, I guess it is winter. Turn that into a snowman. Anyway, we are going to use this transfer, and we are going to ink it onto an apron. I haven't done an apron for a while. I haven't done inking for a while, so I thought I would do it. This, if you are close to one, or I guess they do mail order. I got this from IKEA, $2, $1.98, $1.99. Anyway, $2 apron, and it's really good quality, not super high-end quality, but it looks like it'd be very absorbent and catch all your drippings and all those things you need an apron for. Flour dust. Okay, and so it is called, if you are interested, it is called a Hildegun. 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 Because they have everything Swedish names for everything. But IKEA. And we are not near an IKEA, so I actually got this online. And they have a very affordable shipping policy. So I don't mind buying from them. Some stores I don't like to buy from because it costs more to ship it than the value of it. So, oh, you can send me some. Woohoo! I will get you my address.
That's just what we need.
I'll show you what I have. Maybe we could do a trade. Okay, so
She doesn't remember seeing this transfer yesterday.
Yesterday, did I just miss it? You mean online? It's there. Here, let me show you. Okay, new catalog.
Oh, here
If you want to see this, they have a beautiful new online catalog. Online. If you type in catalog, it should send you, if you spell it right, it should send you a link the site. It's a shoppable catalog now online. So you'll scroll through the pages and you can actually click on the product. It will pop up and tell you more about it, and there will be a place where you can click and add it to your cart, which could be very dangerous. Okay, so Alana, let me show you where it's at. Here it is. It's on page 20 and 21. 20 and 21. This is the kitchen collection. So here is Blessed Beyond Measure. This is the B size. There's also an A size. This is the smaller one. It says Time to Eat with a cute little tomato. This is the C sized one, so it's a little bit bigger. It says The Kitchen, the place where friends and family gather together. And it's got a little beet. Does anybody eat beets anymore? And then it's got the Big Daddy here, the D size, and it says Chop, Simmer, Stir. It's a collage of all of these cooking terms and cooking utensils. So you could use that as a big piece, or you could
Look toward you. There you go.
oh, there you go. Yeah. Or you can just use, I've seen somebody who's just taken bits and pieces of it and put it on a tea towel or something. So, and here you can see they've used just the Blessed Beyond Measure and not the measuring cups. So anyway, so this is on page 20 and 21 in your catalog. So you might need to go back, Alana, and
the Luke says still waiting for my catalog and monthly transfer.
yes, let's see. They start billing on the 5th, and they generally start shipping them out the 9th or 10th. So it's probably, if it hasn't been shipped today, it might be shipped tomorrow, Monday at the latest. So, and if you are a club member, you get the catalog. You get a paper copy of the catalog also with your February order. We'll talk more about club. Anyway, let's see. So to do inking, I use an ink mat. This is one that we sell. This is half of one that we sell in our shop. This is an what is it? 11 by 23. So this is half of it. It's long and skinny, and it works really well for, yes, Cricket, I hear you. It works really well for like t-shirts and whatnot. I cut it in half because for a t-shirt, this is pretty much all I need. It fits one of our B-size transfers. So it kind of makes it last longer. We also have a big square one that's 18 by 18 for like pillows and whatnot. But it's kind of like a Cricut mat. It is sticky, and it's just a plastic mat that's sticky, and it serves two purposes. It prevents the ink from bleeding through the fabric and either getting onto your surface or getting onto the back of a t-shirt. So it stops any ink from flowing through, getting where it doesn't belong. And also, because it's sticky, it holds your fabric in place so that it doesn't shift around while you are inking. And I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to do this the right way.
Imagine that.
Okay, so it's kind of got a wrinkle in there, and ordinarily I would just kind of stretch it on the sticky, and I wouldn't notice that. But I'm going, since my easy press is hot, I'm just going to give it a quick press. This will actually even help the fibers of the fabric kind of lay down, which is a good thing, because if it's kind of a hairy fabric, that can kind of mess up your design. So let's go back to this. I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to pretty much center this and turn it over. Now that sticky is holding the fabric in place. Now, if you don't have one of these mats, you could use a Cricut mat, an old Cricut mat, or you could just use cardboard or something. You want something with a little substance. But again, something that will keep the ink from bleeding through to someplace you don't want it. Okay. So I'm going to put this down. I'm not going to fuzz it because I want it to stick really well. And this is already fuzzy because it's fabric. So our transfers are silk screen. So where you see the openings, you can see through. That is a very fine screen. And they are self-adhesive, so they stick down to where your fabric is, or your whatever your surface is. And they're meant to be reusable. So if you clean them up really well and take good care of them, the company guarantees that you can get 10 to 12 uses out of them. Now I am purposely going off center because there are these little lines that are like the measurements. They're the measurements on the measuring cups. And if I lined it up center, it would go right on this stripe and you wouldn't notice them. So I'm purposely slightly off center. And yes, it is bothering me a bit, but I think it's necessary.
I'm just proud of you for doing it.
Okay.
Because I know it just drives you nuts.
I know. I'm that way. Pray for me, you all. Pray for him. Actually, yes, pray for me. I've looked through the new one multiple times. Somehow I missed it. Yeah. Spend more money on it. Okay.
Call me before you do.
Yeah. Don't call Dave. Okay, so these are black and red stripes. So I'm just going to do that same thing. I'm going to chalk. I'm not going to chalk it. I'm going to ink this in black and red. And I had it in my mind how I was going to do this.
Anna says thank you because it was bothering her too.
Yeah, about it being off. But there's a reason why. Because if I didn't, you would never see those lines.
Show us again.
See these little measurement graduate blah blah blah. Those little measurements. If I was on that line, you wouldn't see them because this way I want the white part of the apron to show through. So I'm pushing this down so that the sticky grabs onto the fabric so there's no place for the ink to bleed out.
And Kay, great.
Hey, Kay. Hey, girl. How you doing? So anyway, I said, pray for me. Transparency here. I don't know if you've ever been encouraged. Like I said, I went to a ladies group this morning and I really got encouraged. And wouldn't you know, once you get home, the devil starts playing with your mind and all of a sudden all that encouragement is gone. It's like, how dare you? You do not deserve to be encouraged, girl. You should be discouraged. And so, yeah, I fell for it. So pray for me because I need to get my head on straight. And I am blessed beyond measure. So that's part of the reason why I picked this too. Okay, so I think we're going to do them in black and red. So our black velvet ink and our candy apple ink. And I think, what did I say? I had it in my mind. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I know. I may never wear it just because it's crooked. And I may never even give it away because I'll know somebody out there has a crooked apron. Am I the only one like this?
No, you're not the only one, but you should be.
I sure am. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the measuring cups in black. I'm going to do blessed in red. And I'm going to do beyond measure in black. And then we will see what I'm going to do, the little foliage doodads. I'll see what mood I'm in when I get to it. Now, the good thing about ink is I have a lot longer drying time, so I have more time to work on it. So I'm going to take my ink, which is Chalkology ink. I sell it in my shop. Okay, this is our permanent version. So when I heat set this, this is going to be permanent. Unlike our chalk, which is smudge and budge proof when it's dry, but once it is reactivated or gets moist or damp again, it will come off. This will not come off. Once I heat set it, it will be permanent. So I'm just going to, and this is kind of messy, so I'm just going to take my little spatula. What did I say? This would be black. I'm just going to take my little spatula with some ink. There's a hair in there. And my squeegee. And I'm just going to, in one direction, with ink. You don't want to go back and forth and up and down. I need more. You just really want to go in one direction so that ink doesn't squeeze out somewhere it doesn't belong. Get over there, ink. Down here. But like I said, I have a little extra time to work with this because it doesn't dry as quickly. And do measure in black.
Kay says, I will be like Christine. You are blessed, be encouraged.
Yes. I can just picture her doing that. But, you know, hopefully I'm not the only one that does that. I let that old devil get to me more often than I should. I think maybe we as women do that. Okay. So I've got the excess ink off of those sections. I'm going to do some more black later. And I have some ink on my finger that I want to get off because if I touch this down on the fabric, it will stain it and I won't get it out. Even though I haven't heat set it, it will stain the fabric. We don't want that. So clean fingers. I'm going to come in with my red and I'm going to use my mini squeegee. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to go in one direction. Sounds like a music group. One direction. Okay, now ordinarily these leaves and foliage I would probably do in like green or something, but that isn't part of my color scheme, so we are going to just go with it.
Well, the stripes are red and black.
Yes.
So.
I just think green would be a little strange on this. Okay, so get that excess off, back in here. And let's see. I think these little leafy looking things I'm going to do in red. So I'm going to use my multi-tool, which is an even thinner squeegee, because this is kind of a small space. And I'm just going to ink those leaves in red, because I know there are red leaves because we have plants around here that is it autumn?
Actually, right now, the holly that we have out by the chicken coop
is bright red.
It's
no,
not
what
bright
is it?
red,
The sumac?
It's deep red. It's burgundy.
What is it? Is it sumac that?
There's sumac that goes
turns
all those colors.
bright red.
Pretty.
I think that's in the fall. So we're going to pretend this is sumac, and I got a little bit of black on that, and that's okay. And that's okay. Okay, and then these little doodaddies, they look like little berries. I'm going to do those in black.
Okay, when you get done with those, you need to read a few comments.
Okay.
I'll read them to you, but I think it takes
Okay.
you need to read them.
Almost done. Again, I'm trying, no, I'm not being very good at it. I'm trying to remember to just go in one direction. Okay.
You reveal.
I want to read some. Okay. Linda understands. Leanna says, I'm in good company. You already said you'd be like Christine, be encouraged. Devil, yeah. Your left shoulder hurts. Okay, now I'll know why. If I'm doing this, you'll know what's going on. What? Yes, isn't he? Whenever discouragement come to you is a lot. I know. Yes, leaves turn red in the fall. So, yeah, but I don't think our sumac is poisonous.
It's a different sumac.
It's a different
It's the same
sumac. But
family.
yes, sumac can be poisonous.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same
so
family.
I'm checking my fingers. I don't want to have any ink on my fingers, and I'm going to peel this up. Ooh, this is the peel and reveal and squeal. So here we go.
If I don't squeal.
No, you must.
I
You
can
must
make Duke
squeal.
squeal.
Come on, okay, look at that.
Here,
Oh,
you
and
got
look
my
at those.
tail.
Look at those little measurements that you can see because I'm off center. Is that not gorgeous? See, and I got a little bit of black there, and who cares? People are going to be looking at how off center it is. They're not going to care that there's a little bit of black where there's supposed to be red. Okay, so I'm going to let this, first of all, I'm going to clean up my ink so I don't get it. I don't get it on the apron. Clean it up as you go. Got ink on my hands. What did I do with my little wet wipe? Clean ink. Okay. I'm going to set this off to the side, and I'm going to quickly show you how we clean our transfers. Here's my water, and last time, you know what? I'm going to be smart. Last time I sprayed my transfer to clean it, and I splashed colored water all over my project. So I don't want to do that with this. So I am I clean this exactly the way you do with paste, but it is ink. It actually cleans up a little bit easier. And I am going to start with, ordinarily I would have started with a paper towel, but then I discovered these. These are Swedish dishcloths. They are like heavy-duty paper towels that are reusable, biodegradable, blah, blah, blah. You can toss them in the washing machine and clean them. They last a long time. But I'm just going to get the bulk of this ink off of the transfer. And I have found that this saves my board erasers and makes them last a little bit longer. If I get this first layer of ink off. So whether it's a paper towel or one of these fancy things, it helps. Now I'm going to take my board eraser. I splurged and gave myself a brand new board eraser. And I'm going to just dip this in some water and kind of wring it out. I've got a container of water over there. Now with this is going to get the rest of that ink off. And it works really well. It grabs that ink and pulls it off.
Yes, you do, Kay.
I'm going
Ooh, I
to...
need some of those.
Yes, Amazon. Let me know if you want me to send you a link. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over because there is ink on this side of the screen. And there's fuzz on it too because it picked it up from that apron.
Lindy Dave says it's worth staying awake for it. Great instruction.
Good. Well, we're not done. We've got to do the most important part and heat set it.
Make it
Okay.
fun.
And Lindy is actually doing, I don't know if you've got it in the oven or not now. She'd put some ink on some mugs. And so she is heat setting them in the oven. We are going to heat set this with my Easy Press. Okay. So once all of that ink is off out of the screen, sometimes it will stain the transfer. That's perfectly fine. You just want it cleaned out of the screen. I'm going to let that air dry. And then I will put it back on its backer sheet, shiny side to sticky side, and put it back in its little plastic sleeve. and it'll be ready the next time I go to use it. Okay, so now I have this. Now, ideally, you would let this dry overnight, 24 hours, until it is dry. But we don't have time for that. You guys don't want to, I couldn't talk that long overnight. So, and you can see there happens to be no ink on here, so it didn't bleed through, but it could have, and this would have caught it. I'm going to put the little plastic cover back on. That keeps it clean and keeps its stickiness from drying out. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use my drying tool and just dry it up so that I can heat set it right away. Again, this is not the most ideal method of doing it. Again, it's probably best to let it air dry. Probably best to let it air dry, but we're gonna do this right now so that you can see how it's done. And I'm just gonna make sure that when I touch it, it doesn't feel wet. And this little heat tool doesn't get super, super hot. It's just kind of warm air. That actually showed up. I was worried about the lines. Actually, you know what I should have done? This is actually longer. I probably should have put it over the other way. Live and learn. I have another one. So I think that is mostly dry. And I'm putting this down on my pressing pad because I don't want to put heat on my surface here. I'm going to take some parchment paper, not wax paper, parchment paper. And this will protect my iron, because if that ink is a little bit wet, I don't want it to adhere to the plate of my iron. Now I'm using an easy press. It's a 9x9, so I'm going to actually do it in 2 sections because this is 12 inches long. But you don't have to use one of these big daddies, so don't go out and buy one just for this. If you do have one, you set it for 350 degrees and 30 seconds in each spot, and that should heat set it. We're going to check it. If your fabric is a little bit more delicate, you could bump that down to like, I think you could probably go down to 300 if it was really, really delicate. If you don't have one of these, you just have a household iron. You set it to not high, but a medium high, and you don't use any steam, and do the same thing with parchment paper, only you keep that iron moving for about 4 minutes. And that will do the same thing. I like this because 30 seconds, boom, I'm done. The reason you keep the household iron moving is because generally they are steam irons and they have those little holes in them where the steam shoots out. So even though you're not using steam, if you don't move it around, you're going to embed those little steam holes in your project, and you don't want that. So you want to keep it moving around on the parchment paper. Now this is hot. So you know it is heat set when it cools off, if it's no longer tacky, and that feels really good. Maybe I might do, that ink is a little thick right there, so I may do another 30 seconds right there. It's just kind of a feel. Then I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to press it from the back. So if it's at all possible, turn it over, heat press it from the back also to make sure that ink is completely set. Now I will be able to toss this into the washer and dryer. No special settings. You know, if I did a t-shirt, I don't have to do it inside out. I don't have to air dry it. However however you wash that fabric is how you wash this. Like, for example, I did this t-shirt with our January club transfer, and it washes and dries perfectly. Okay. And I'm going to turn it upside down. And I probably don't need the parchment, but we're just going to use it. So same thing again, 30 seconds each section, and it will be good to go. Okay, did anybody have any questions on ink? It's mesmerization time. You can also use our ink on glass and ceramic, and those things that you can't heat set with an iron, you can heat set in your oven. So to do that, I'd love more ink projects. Well, I do need to do more. I will do more. In fact, I may do another one tomorrow morning. I need to do a really quick one because we've got an event tomorrow morning. So I might do a really quick one, ink project that I'm a little unsure of, but you guys will be my guinea pigs. So if you get back to ceramic, glass, anything that you can put in the oven, to heat set that in the oven, you make sure, first of all, make sure your ink is fully dry. Who was it? Was it one of my designers had a problem with ink setting because their ink wasn't dry. Can't remember. I think it was Liana. Anyway, make sure your ink is dry. Then you put it in a cold oven and you set it down. You set it to 350 degrees and you wait until your oven's up to temperature. And then once it's at 350, start the timer for 45 minutes. At 45 minutes, leave your project in the oven, but turn the oven off and let it completely cool down. So from cold oven to 350 for 45 minutes to cold oven. And then when you pull it out, it will be heat set. Now, granted, you can scratch it off if you try. But for the most part, I've had things go through the dishwasher, had things, as long as you don't let it soak in water, it works.
It was Liana.
It holds. Was it Liana? Did you get it fixed? One good thing though is she did it on glass, I think, and you could scrape it off. Okay, so here is my apron. What do you think? You love it?
It's so cute.
So cute. Is it cute? Okay.
Lou says she's not brave enough yet for ink.
Okay.
You can do
let's do something cute with this.
Oh, not extra.
We're gonna do cute. We're gonna do a little bow that can just sit right up here. And I saw somebody else do this, and she just looked so darn cute.
Right,
So
that just makes me think of Minnie Mouse, though.
Well, oh well. Red and black. You're gonna think what you're gonna think.
No, it's the
polka dots.
with white polka dots.
But I don't have any yellow, so.
Liana says yes, she scraped it all off and redid it. It worked
Okay,
great once it dried
good.
completely.
So, learn from our mistakes and make sure it's dry before you put it in. Otherwise it just kind of falls off, doesn't it? And it slides off. Okay, so I've got that much of that. Okay, we are going to make a double, what do we call them? Double awareness bow. Okay, so I'm going to take my ribbon, scissors. I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to loop it like an awareness ribbon. You know, those cancer awareness, whatever disease ribbon. Okay. And let me trim that there. And then when it's, why don't you go overhead? That might be a better view for this. So I've got this awareness ribbon, and I'm just going to kind of collapse it down and pinch it here in the middle. And that kind of gives me a ribbon. And for right now, I'm just going to clip it right now because I'm going to do the same thing with this, only a little bit smaller. So from awareness ribbon to pinch it down, and you've got a little double loop bow. And that one kind of fell apart. So I'm going to put those two together on top of each other. Am I in your way? Kind of like that. And I've got some string here. You can use wire, you can use pipe cleaner, and I'm just going to tie those together. Now, the secret for tying things like this, you know how you do the one loop? If you go back around again, even when you're doing packages, if you go around again and you pull it tight, it won't loosen up on itself. I believe it's called a surgeon's knot. I don't know if it's truly a knot that surgeons use, but you know how you just do it once and it kind of loosens up on itself? This prevents that. So I'm making sure I've kind of got even and snug this down some more. Give it another couple ties. What do you think? Is that cute or what? Red and black. Trim those tails.
You know. Those were North Vistance colors.
Yes, they were.
Just,
I know. Okay, now, if that white string or cord bothers you, you could take another piece of ribbon and put it around there to hide it, but that white doesn't bother me. And I'm going to attach it with, you could attach it with a safety pin. I'm going to use these bar pins. They have nothing to do with a bar. They have a bar, but it's got a little flat section, and then the rest is like a safety pin. And I'm going to hot glue that there, so then I can just pin it here. So I can take it off when I go to wash it. Okay, and you know what? I did turn on my, so smart. I turned on my glue gun, didn't even realize it. Okay, so on the back, putting a glob of glue, and I'm sticking down this bar, and the bar has holes in it, so when you push that glue through, it kind of balloons up and holds that bar. Let that cool. Okay, so while I'm letting this cool, keep in mind club, where let's see, yesterday's project, the Take the Long Way Home, is our club transfer. Chakatur is having an amazing special for club members. Join in the month of February, and not only will you get that month's club transfer, you also get a bonus mystery set of 5 retired transfers from previous years of club. So that's like $75 value for just signing up in the month of February. So you want to get to doing that. Plus, club is just great. You get a B-size transfer, an 8.5 by 11-inch transfer every month, and 3 paste packets to your door, free shipping every month. And then in my group, we have some special club activities. So you can find out about those on our VIP group. So I'm going to dovetail these. So if you're interested in club, you can type club in the comments, and my bot will send you a link. If you want to talk to me about it, just leave me a message or leave a comment. It's too long. Also, if you're interested in the transfer that we used tonight and the supplies we used tonight and the ink, you can type Apron in the comments, and my bot will send you a link to a shopping cart of those things. And if you look at that and you think, that's a little pricey, if you want to talk to me, I know a way that you can get 40% off by becoming a designer. And it really is relatively painless to do. So I think I kind of glued that down. Don't glue your little twisty thing. Okay, so how about on this side? Let me pin this on, and then you can all say, oh, how cute. And then I'll let you go on your way. There we go. I have a little bow that goes with my fancy new apron.
That's so cute.
So if you're interested in getting 40% off and becoming a designer and learning how beneficial and how relatively painless it could be, type in team. You could join my team. Or if you want to talk about it, just say, hey, let's chat about it, and I will reach out to you and we can talk about it. Okay, I think that is it for tonight. Okay, am I missing any comments? Thank you, cute bow. Thank you. Pretty simple. Not too hard to do. Okay. So I will go back through the comments and see if anybody had any questions, see if I missed anything. Again, we will be back on again tomorrow morning, probably 10 o'clock-ish. And I think we will do another inking project, something a little bit different.
You might be on your own. It's on 10:30 practice.
Okay. I can do it.
You
Right?
can do it.
I can do it. Maybe we'll go on earlier. Stand by. So if you want to know when we are going live, if you want to get like a 15-minute heads up, I haven't put this out for a while. If you want me to send you a text notification to your phone, text the word live to 208-425-1960, and I'll put you on that list. It's free, unless, of course, you have any, if you have to pay for data. I don't know if anybody has to do that anymore. But I'll get you on the list, and I'll give you a 15-minute heads up before we go live. But we'll shoot on, well, I don't know. We'll see. Just stay tuned. Stay by your Facebook for when we go live tomorrow. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks for inking with us, and we will chalk with you later. Bye-bye.